So we're going to go into our 3 greatest ever saves. With this, will be on YouTube as well next week. And we'll go with Andrew's first one. Who have you gone for?
So we're going to go from third. This is the third best.
Yeah.
Okay. So I struggled a bit with the third best. I had to have a good think about it. And in the end, I went for a solid save, but the occasion is what made me put it third. Emi Martinez in the World Cup final, denying Ousmane Dembele. It basically won him the World Cup. So
yeah,
that's my third choice. Just a
Didn't
quick
actually
rundown
think of
of the goal.
saves.
Yeah, just a quick rundown of the goal. Ousmane Dembele threw on goal, the ball played over the top, and a massive save with the leg from Martinez. I think he actually got a tattoo there, didn't he, of where the ball hit him?
Yeah,
great save.
Tom, your third?
I was trying not to cheat. Didn't want to use Google or anything like that, so I was trying to think off the top of my head. So a lot of more recent saves came into it. So the first one is actually going to be Aaron Ramsdale. I believe it was last season or the season before against Leicester. I'm pretty sure it was a free kick from probably would have been Maddison.
I think it was Maddison.
And it was just, it was one of them, just defies any kind of just belief. It just flew into the top. It was going straight in the top corner. Just out of nowhere, just tipped it over. I think it was just an unbelievable save.
Nice. My third one is Tim Howard versus Southampton, 2015 in the Premier League. I don't know if any of you guys remember it. I have no idea how he got to it. I still don't understand now. Like, I went back and watched it as well. It's one of the first ones I remember. But the ball is like looping over him from really close range. So it's not like he's got a load of time to run back. He literally just takes 2 and then just launches himself backwards. And the ball is like basically over the line. There's like a centimetre and he just somehow just claws it out. Ridiculous. Then that reminded me that Tim Howard made 16 saves in a World Cup game, which is still a record. I just wanted to get that little fact
American,
in there.
wasn't he?
Yeah, he made 16 saves for America against Belgium.
Well played. I liked him.
What goalkeeper he was.
Great keeper. So we'll go with Andrew's second.
So my second save is Bernd Leno in the North London derby. 2nd of March 2019, so it was a double save. It was the second save that's on the list, but the fact it was a double save just makes it better. But it was a close range shot from Christian Eriksen, which he saved with the body, followed up by Sissoko. And he just flung himself to the left and tipped it over the bar. Like, it's absolutely incredible. It was the first save that comes to my mind when we said we were going to do this. So, yeah, it gets my second place.
I do remember that one. Good save. Tom, what you gone for? Second save?
So the next one is probably even more recent. I'm pretty sure this one was last season as well. But this was actually the first one that I wrote down, and it was Jordan Pickford. But it was for Everton against Chelsea. Yeah. I can't remember who took the first shot, but I'm pretty sure it was Azpilicueta who hit the rebound. And it was a double save. And yeah, it was over the other side of the goal. Azpilicueta struck it beautifully, and he somehow just flung himself across the other end of the goal. I think it was straight off the line. It was just an unbelievable save.
Nice. So my second is travelling back in time a little bit to the treble-winning Man United team.
God.
And Peter Schmeichel. I could have had a list of just Peter Schmeichels, to be honest. I could have been here all day. But it was a Champions League quarter-final. United were 2-0 up at half-time, but 4 minutes after the break, Milan, someone crossed the ball in. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's literally a header, point blank. And Schmeichel used to be like famous for the old starfish. He just come out and just jump, starfish. And he just whacks his hand, but his arm doesn't even move. Like, technically, it's not the best ever save, but for the importance, and it's the first save I really remember, like, as a child, like the way he comes out, and the man was just so strong. Like, it bounced off his arm and went miles away. It was just a great save, and they went on to win the treble that year. Yeah, I could have had a list of Peter Schmeichels easily.
I think just going off that as well, like I saw on social media yesterday that someone had done a all-time Premier League 11, and Peter Schmeichel was in there, and there was a couple of comments in there that people actually said, "Why is Peter Schmeichel in there?" I was just like, "Have you ever actually watched him play?"
They probably think he meant Kasper Schmeichel, or they didn't know who Peter Schmeichel was.
Like,
so I mean, he's the greatest goalkeeper that's ever lived, let alone Premier League.
I didn't understand it.
Peter Schmeichel's a legend.
Yeah. Right, so we'll go with Andrew's first. Your favourite ever save?
So, anyone that knows me, this is quite an obvious one. I was going about it, but it's David Seaman against Sheffield United in the FA Cup. Corner came in, headed up in the air, volleyed across goal, and basically the ball was headed in, but Seaman has managed to sort of dive backwards and claw it from going over the line. Probably quite similar to the Tim Howard one. I've not actually seen the Tim Howard one, or not in years. But they'll both be on the YouTube clip. But yeah, that's the save I remember when I was a kid. So that's my number one.
Yeah, unbelievable save. It was literally behind him.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, mad save. Tom, your favourite ever save?
So this one, it's weird because it's not so much the save itself, but the actual moment and what it actually meant. And it is going to be Almunia in the playoff final.
Yes.
I nearly had this one
between Watford and Leicester. So you're looking at 4 or 5 minutes stoppage time. You're in the final seconds of the game. Leicester get a penalty. It's 2-2, from what I remember. Almunia pulls off the save, smashes the ball straight out, ends up, well, not straight from Almunia, but ends up at Troy Deeney's feet, smashes it in for the winner. Watford get promoted. And I think just
crazy moment.
The importance of that save. I didn't watch the game live though, but I remember the commentary on Sky Sports News. It was just mental.
Yeah, it was actually mad. All I remember is Deeney.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair,
for me,
that was a good call. I didn't even think of that one. I went for, so I was not alive during this time, but it is probably the save I've seen the most. I've seen this hundreds of times. And
not a scorpion kick, is it?
Nah, Tom will know what it is. It's Jimmy Montgomery.
There's a final coming.
It is the greatest save I've ever seen. It's Jimmy Montgomery. His double save for Sunderland versus Leeds in the 1973 FA Cup final. A little bit of context: Leeds were in the best years. Like they were in Europe. They were holders of the cup. They was in the top division, top team. Sunderland were in the old second division at the time. It's just a mad. If you haven't seen it, well, it'll be on the thing anyway. It'll be on the YouTube. But yeah, ball's come across. One of the Leeds players have headed it back across goal. He's dived over, saved it, palmed it over to the other side of the goal. And I can't remember his name. Is it Lorimer, I think, for Leeds, who's literally just smashed it towards the goal. It's that good, you don't even realise it's a save the first time you've seen it. You just think he's hit the crossbar. And then you watch it back in slow motion, and he's just got the slightest touch on it, hits the crossbar, and it clears. Sunderland ended up winning that cup final 1-0.
I remember
Unbelievable
the save.
save.
Yeah, I've seen the
Unbelievable.
save. It's incredible save.
I haven't seen that one. I'll have to go back and watch it.
This is me, I'm so royal, and you all wanna be round. Yeah, you all wanna be round. Round a champion, a champion. I got tons of soul on my true collective ball. Famous, also famous, number one.